Welcome to LFC Transfer Hub. Two massive Liverpool updates today. First up, a huge story about Alexander Isak. Reports claim Barcelona want to sign him as early as next year. And second, Fabrizio Romano confirms that a big change is coming at Liverpool. From Newcastle to Nottingham Forest, there are 7 names on the Reds' target list. Stay tuned till the end, because the final update is a real game-changer. Liverpool warned Isak is off to Barcelona next year, as Romano confirms good chance change is made. Barcelona are expected to part ways with Robert Lewandowski next summer, and one source believes Alexander Isak could fill the void after just a single season at Liverpool. Barcelona moved for Lewandowski in 2022, and despite being 33 years of age at the time of his arrival, the frontman has ripped up La Liga. Lewandowski's goals, 73 in 110 league matches, have fired Barcelona to 2 La Liga titles. Nevertheless, now aged 37 and with his contract expiring next summer, Barca are ready to move in a new direction. Spanish outlet Sport, who are among the more reliable publications from that part of the world, recently claimed Lewandowski will not be offered a new contract. Transfer guru Fabrizio Romano has since given his take on the situation, and while he didn't categorically state Lewandowski is leaving, he did point in that direction. Lewandowski has concrete and good chances to leave Barcelona as a free agent at the end of the season, insisted Romano on his YouTube channel. There's a strong possibility Barcelona will require a high-profile signing to fill the void left by Lewandowski. And according to former Barca and Spain attacker Isak Mendieta, Liverpool's Isak could make his way to the Camp Nou. Isak leaving Liverpool after 1 year? Speaking to OLBG, Mendieta said, there was talk in Spain of Alexander Isak going to Barcelona before he joined Liverpool, who are stronger financially. Of course, there will be links between the best strikers and Real Madrid and Barcelona. At the moment Barca still have Robert Lewandowski, but they'll be looking for his replacement next year, and Isak will be looked at. He's a great striker, he's been in La Liga already, he knows the competition. His performances last season for Newcastle were amazing. So far he seems to be settling quickly into Liverpool. Great strikers are never short of offers and opportunities in either Premier League or of course in Spain with the bigger clubs. Barcelona must look elsewhere. Isak signed a 6-year contract running until 2031 when joining Liverpool from Newcastle. He hasn't enjoyed the brightest of starts to life at Anfield, but to suggest he could leave after just 1 year is fanciful at best. Isak went on strike in an effort to force his way out of St. James Park. His desire and determination to join Liverpool were evident throughout the entire transfer saga, and there are no suggestions he or Liverpool regret the record-breaking £125 million move. Furthermore, Barcelona are still beholden to the 1:1 rule imposed on the club by La Liga. The ruling stipulates Barcelona can only spend €1 on new signings and player wages for every euro they generate from sales, and removing player wages from their books. That is part of the reason why the club have signed an abundance of free agents in recent years. Removing Lewandowski's wages off the books would free up funds to pay Isak's salary. However, there's the small matter of paying the transfer fee, which, as we saw in the summer, will be astronomical. Newcastle, Nottingham Forest stars wanted as Liverpool draw up 7-man target list to revolutionize key position. Liverpool's recruitment team are casting their net far and wide to land upon at least one new defensive signing in 2026, with a 7-man shortlist drawn up and with sources rating the chances of a January raid for the name at the top of his wishlist, Mark Guéhi. The Reds came within a whisker of adding Guéhi to their ranks on transfer deadline day last month, only for Crystal Palace to change their mind on the planned £35 million sale. That left the England man frustrated and disappointed to miss out on the move, and with sources revealing from as far back as last March that the switch to Liverpool was his preference. However, with Guéhi returning to Palace and since making it clear he won't be signing a new deal at Selhurst Park, a free transfer switch is now very much on the cards for the 26-times capped England defender. Slot, understandably, remains very much keen on a deal, but what once looked a certainty now looks anything but. And with a host of big-name European clubs, including Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, throwing their hat into the ring for his signature, Liverpool now face the very real prospect of missing out on the player for a second time. Off the back of that, it has now emerged that Slot, alongside sporting director Richard Hughes, has now drawn up a list of 7 centre-half targets ahead of the 2026 windows, with at least one man wanted next year and the club open to the possibility of signing two, especially in light of the uncertainty surrounding Ibrahima Konate. Per two journalists, Liverpool have now added some new names to their wanted list in recent weeks. Indeed, Ben Jacobs reported earlier this month that Newcastle's Sven Botman had been added to their wishlist, which also now contains Willian Pacho, PSG, and the Sporting CP pair of Zeno Debust and Ousmane Diomande. And while strong interest in Bayern's Dayot Upamecano has been reported far and wide, Caught Offside's Mark Bruss has added the name of Nottingham Forest's Murillo to their wishlist. That means Liverpool's 7-strong defensive wishlist now reads. But there are others mentioned too, with this list here aggregating every centre-half linked with the Reds ahead of the 2026 transfer windows. Sources rate Liverpool chances of January defender deal. Having spent around £440 million on new players this summer, there is an argument to suggest Liverpool may well wait until the summer before adding any more names to their ranks. Either way, Bruss, writing for the Daily Briefing, thinks there is a strong chance Liverpool could look to sign more than one defender in 2026, depending on the outcome of Konate's future. If I were to guess, I'd say there's a decent chance Liverpool's list of CB targets is growing because they might try making more than one signing in that position, though of course that's unconfirmed for the moment, and would likely change if Konate ended up staying, he stated. Despite the injury loss of young Italian Giovanni Leone for the season, trusted Liverpool journalist James Pearce does not think the Reds will delve into the January transfer market. In a Q&A with The Athletic, he stated, "It was a real blow losing Leone for the season, but Liverpool still seem relaxed about their centre-back options. Whether further injuries or form trigger a change of heart in the coming months, we'll have to wait and see." After a summer of unprecedented spending from the club, it wouldn't surprise me if the January window was very quiet. Arne Slot may be down to 3 specialist senior centre-backs, but Ryan Gravenberch, Wataru Endo and Andy Robertson can also operate there. Furthermore, our transfer insider Dean Jones also believes Palace will fight to keep hold of Guéhi in January, meaning a free transfer exit looks most likely for the 25-year-old next summer. Assessing widespread interest in Palace stars Guéhi, midfielder Adam Wharton and right-back Daniel Munoz, Jones told Team Talk. "I don't expect any of them to leave in January. It would take a very bold offer to tempt any of the 3 away at that stage. It makes more sense for Guéhi to wait it out until summer and make his free agent move than to be sold in the winter. Wharton is not going to leave halfway through the season, and I don't think interest in Munoz is clear enough to take seriously at this point. But of course there is still time for that to change. Palace tend to communicate well with players that could leave the club, and so if anything starts to open up I expect some very clear understanding to be outlined." Meanwhile, Barcelona are expected to part ways with Robert Lewandowski next summer, and one source has staggeringly explained why Alexander Isak could fill the void after just a single season at Liverpool, though we've explained exactly why the speculation needs to be treated with a pinch of salt. The Swede endured another problematic night on Monday as his nation, Sweden, suffered a crushing 1-0 loss to Kosovo in a World Cup qualifier in Gothenburg, to leave them on the brink of elimination. Off the back of that dismal night, the Swedish media has rated Isak's failed display, rating him a concerning 1 out of 5 for his performance. Another salty journalist, meanwhile, could not resist a huge dig at the Reds frontman, blaming him for all manner of things. He wasn't the only Liverpool star to get a media bashing, with Florian Wirtz also getting a tough review from a series of German publications and amid a brutal claim that he didn't succeed with anything. The £116 million man was also booed by the Windsor Park crowd as his side picked up a narrow 1-0 win in Belfast.